أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
فاسألوا أهل الذكر إن كنتم لا تعلمون. فاسألوا أهل الذكر إن كنتم لا تعلمون.
فالحمد لله أن يا إخوة الله سبحانه وتعالى يخلق ما يشاء ويختار، وربك يخلق ما يشاء ويختار. Your Lord creates and He chooses whatever He wants to, whatever He wishes. Meaning, subhanallah, 12 months, the month of Ramadan is the special time. Oh. Allah chose the month of Ramadan for the Quran to be revealed in it, and also for us to observe one of the pillars of Islam. And a sign of righteousness and piety that you exalt what Allah chooses. شوف هذه ومن يعظم. ما هو يعظم يعني exalt, that you glorify, magnify, exalt. ومن يعظم, whoever يعظم, whoever exalts شعائر الله, the special times which Allah chooses, the rituals of Allah, فإنها من تقوى القلوب. It's a sign of righteousness and piety. And like you know, our religion is not a hearsay religion. It's not you come in and you shoot and you worship Allah in any manner that you wish. لا. العبادة في ديننا توقيفية. In order for us to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we must follow the example Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And this is the essence of the second piece of the kalima, وَأَشْهَدُ أَنَّ مُحَمَّدًا رَسُولُ اللَّهِ, that I'm going to implement, achieve, accomplish La ilaha illallah through following Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Imam al-Bukhari rahimahullah compiled in his Sahih, in the book of knowledge, a whole chapter, and he called it باب العلم قبل القول والعمل. Look at the name of the chapter. Knowledge precedes sayings and actions. You must have prior knowledge before you speak. Otherwise you're going to end up misguiding people. And you must have knowledge before you act. Otherwise you will innovate. You will end up making a bid'ah or performing a bid'ah. It will not be accepted from you, and it will be a waste of your time and energy. And MashaAllah, may Allah reward you taking the time I can tell that some of you
Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj, known in English as the Night Journey and Ascension, is an Islamic holiday that is celebrated on Rajab 27th, or this year on the Gregorian calendar on April the 3rd. So what is Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj? Laylat al-Isra wal-Mi'raj are the two parts of Prophet Muhammad's journey from Mecca to Jerusalem and the Prophet's ascension to heaven. The Prophet is said to have traveled on a buraq, a heavenly creature that most resembles a horse, from Mecca to Al-Aqsa Mosque, and accompanied by the angel Jibreel or Gabriel. Then he ascended to the seven heavens. There, God gave him instructions about prayers, telling him that Muslims should pray 5 times a day. The journey is said to have happened so quickly that the Prophet Muhammad's bed was still warm when he returned. Laylat al-Isra wal-Mi'raj is celebrated by Muslims around the world. Al-Isra
كتابه المبين بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون وبعد. One of the most amazing things happened to me just a few weeks ago, and that was I was sitting in the masjid speaking with some people after the Jummah prayer, and the individual approaches me and he hands me a card, an invitation. And I look at the invitation, and it's a wedding, mashallah. And as you know, when people get married, everyone gets very excited. They get the cards printed with the date on it so that they let you know what date you can come to the wedding. So I looked at the card and I looked at the date, and I instantly knew when I saw the date for the wedding that I was not available to attend. So I looked at the brother and I thanked him. I said, thank you for taking the time and generously inviting me to celebrate with your family, but I won't be able to make it. And he had the most strange look on his face when I said this. He said, how do you know you're scheduled that far in advance? I said, well, I looked back down at the card and I saw that the date was very soon. I said, this isn't too far, this is in June. I mean, I know my schedule, I'm not like, I'm not that bad, but I know my schedule a few weeks in advance. And he said, no, look at the year. And the wedding was scheduled for June of 2018. And he was handing me an invitation for the wedding of his child over a year in advance. And subhanAllah, the first thing that I thought of was how excited must a person be to think and plan. And if you've ever been part of a wedding plan, it takes up a big majority of your energy and your resources and your time. And this person has started the process of planning their wedding over a year in advance. And I thought to myself that this reminds me of a beautiful characteristic that the Sahaba had. Not for weddings, but for Ramadan. That when you think of the month of Ramadan, a lot of us, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to see Ramadan. We look at our calendars, we look at our watches, and we fail to realize sometimes until it's too late that Ramadan is approaching very quickly. That the first night of Taraweeh will be 2 weeks from today, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another episode of the History, Community Life, and Diversity of Muslim Americans in New England. I'm Hassan Rashid, your host, and I'll be here with you for approximately 25 more minutes. You know, it's always excellent being here with you, and it's also such a great achievement to come into your lives like we do here daily at the CCTV. And with that, once again, I extend the International Universal Cordial of Peace out to you in the Arabic language, and that is Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you. Okay, well, we can cut to the chase now. There's about 25 more days to Ramadan, and that's what all of the opening video chatter was all about, preparation for Ramadan. Today, I think we're going to cover three things that directly and indirectly relates to Ramadan. First, the current month is Shaban. So Shaban is one of the month of Shaban, the 8th month of the Islamic calendar, is one of the most holiest, religious, and important months in the Islamic calendar. Of course, Shaban is followed by the holy month, and that's Ramadan. And that's what this is all about, the countdown to Ramadan. 25 more days left before we welcome in the month of fasting and celebration and glorification to the Almighty God, Allah, during the month of 30 days of fasting and Ramadan. Okay, so I want to share a little bit about Ramadan, but first I'd like to once again extend my deepest condolence and sympathy for the Muslims out in New Zealand who were attacked by an assailant, an atrocious assailant who killed a number of Muslims out there and wounded a number of Muslims out in two mosques out in New Zealand. So once again, I'd like to extend my deepest sympathies to all those folks, Muslims, and the Muslim community that was directly and indirectly related or affected by that. And hopefully, if time permits, we'll try to get a small video snippet of some activities that directly transpired after the shooting was over. Okay, and it goes into how some of the Islamic Muslim attitudes concerning that whole unnatural, atrocious event. Okay, once again, Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you. Okay, first I'd like to cover Ramadan. Second, the month of Shaban, and Shabi-e Marat, which is the 15th of Shaban this month, and according to our calendar, this will fall on the 20th of April, and this is a very holy day for Muslims. So I'm going to try to tell you about it, and I know we missed one Islamic occasion or holiday, and that was Isra Mi'raj. That was the Isra Mi'raj, which was the nocturnal journey of the Prophet Muhammad from the holy city of Mecca to Jerusalem, which is the second holiest city in Islam. Okay, so we're going to try to cover some things about those topics before time runs out on us. Okay, and once again, Assalamu alaikum. Okay, Ramadan. Ramadan is the ninth month of the Islamic calendar. It's observed by Muslims worldwide as a month of fasting, swam. It's in Arabic language. Fasting is known as swam in the Arabic language, to commemorate the first revelation of the Quran to Muhammad. So rest in peace, according to Islamic belief. This annual observance is regarded as one of the 5 pillars of Islam. The month lasts 30 days based on the visual sighting of the crescent moon. So the crescent moon must be sighted before the Muslims can commence worship during the holy month of Ramadan. So the sighting of the crescent moon is obligatory. It must be observed, according to numerous biographical accounts compiled in the Hadith. Okay, Shaban. Translate Shaban is the 8th month of the Islamic calendar. This is the current month that we're in right now, Shaban, the 8th month of the Islamic calendar. This is the month of separation, so called because the pagan Arabs used to disperse in search of water. The 15th night of this month is known as Night of Records, Layla el Barat. However, observed observance of this day is disputed. So Shaban is the last lunar month before Ramadan, and so Muslims determine it when the first day of Ramadan fasting began, and that's when the new moon is sighted. The Islamic calendar is a lunar calendar, and the month begins when the first crescent of a new moon is sighted. Since the Islamic lunar calendar year is 11 to 12 days shorter than the solar year, Shaban migrates through the season. The estimated start and the end of Shaban based on the al-Qura calendar of Saudi Arabia are, okay, we're going to skip that. But I can tell you that the holy month of Ramadan, it begins here, it commences here if the moon is sighted on May 5th, next month. And it runs until approximately June 5th, okay, the following month in our calendar, which is the Gregorian calendar. Okay, Shabi Barat, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. That is a night, the 15th of April, this month, in the Western Hemisphere, is Shab-e-Barat. It is a night of the month of Shaban, this month, which many Muslims revere as the night of forgiveness, having the whole night asking Allah to bestow them with His blessings. Shabbat-e-Barat is celebrated in the mid of Shaban. Like I said, that's the middle of the month. This year, which is 15th of April. On the night in between the 14th and the 15th of Shaban. So people stay up all night and offer volunteer prayers, nafil, and do constant zikr, asking Allah to forgive any sins they may have committed in the last in the past. Just leave it like that. In the past, and he said, ask Allah forgiveness for any sins that we or you or any of us may have created in the past. Okay, every Shabi East Barat. Okay, that's they'll be celebrating that on the 15th of April. There's one more thing, Isra Miraj. Now I was supposed to bring this to your attention around the first of the month, around the 4th, but for some reason I overlooked it and I didn't get to it. But now we're going to go back and we're going to do this. Isra Miraj. The Isra Miraj, Arabic, Isra Miraj, are the two parts of the night journey that, according to Islam, the Islamic prophet Muhammad took during a single night around the year 622. With Islam, it signifies both a physical and spiritual journey. The Quran Surah Al-Isra contains an outline account, while greater details is found in the Hadith. Collections of the reports teaching these and saying Muhammad in the account of Isra Muhammad is said to have traveled on the back of a winged mule like white beast called Barak to the farthest mosque. That was the mosque in Jerusalem, which is the second holy city of the Muslims. And you know, the President Trump just changed the U.S. embassy from, I think, Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, the Muslim second holiest city. At the mosque, Muhammad is said to have led the other prophets in prayer. His subsequent ascent into the heavens came to be known as Miraj Muhammad journey, and ascent has marked as one of the most celebrated dates in the Islamic calendar. So that's what we missed, and we just briefly covered some of it. Went back and backtracked on Isra Miraj. That was the night journey of the Prophet Muhammad from the holy city of Mecca, first Qibla site, holiest site of Muslims, to the second Qibla, which is second holiest site of Muslims, and that is Jerusalem, and what is known as the former Palestine, which is what is known today as Israel. Okay, I got some more information to touch on, and I want to share the special resolution. A woman, she's a woman, but she was a federal representative, a legislative representative, Judy Chu, a Democrat from California. She's introducing a resolution now, which is a recognition of American Muslims, their history, and the contribution to our nation, contributions to the United States of America. And I wanna read this some of this resolution to you. And well, we got the rest of the year for me to complete it if we don't finish it today. But first, I'd like to extend or share this message from Iman Dawood. Iman Dawood, who appeared in Cambridge. He gave a presentation at Harvard last year several times. And he has a message for you. And I want to share this with you. It's about the Black American Muslim Conference that's coming up. And it's going to be held this year down in Atlanta, Georgia. Last year, it was entitled the Black American Psychology Conference, but now I think they took some of the wording out of it. I don't know why, but perhaps maybe Iman Dawood will share some explanation of that in this video. So here we go.
وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. On April 19th through April 21st in Atlanta, Georgia, we will be holding our second annual Black American Muslim Conference. Outstanding and senior scholars such as Dr. Sherman Abdul Hakim Jackson and Dr. Abdullah Hakim Cook will be speaking, as well as up-and-coming teachers and people of traditional knowledge inside our community, such as Nuruddin Knight and Fatima Knight will be in attendance and be speakers. Part of the benefit of having the Black American Muslim Conference is that there are intergenerational speakers from my parents' generation to my generation to the generation that is below, and that are coming from a traditional Islamic epistemology to deal with the issues that are affecting American Muslims in general, but from a Black American lens, and also talking to some of the specific issues that may be more poignant or may have more weight inside the Black American experience that perhaps South Asian Muslims and Arab American Muslims aren't dealing with or maybe know how to address related to the Black experience. This is part of the importance of having an annual Black American Muslim Conference, that we can discuss these issues from our vantage point and speak directly to some of the specific issues that are related to African American Muslims. Of course, the conference is invited to the entire public. Whether you're Black or not, you can attend the conference, but the focus of the speakers and the vantage point is coming from a traditional Islamic epistemology from Black scholars and Black teachers. So on April 19th to April 21st, I ask you to join us at the second annual Black American Muslim Conference in Atlanta, Georgia. Inshallah, I look forward to seeing you, as I will be one of the attendees. May Allah Azza wa Jal facilitate your safe travel to the Black American Muslim Conference, and please tell your friends, family members, as well as colleagues to attend this very important conference. Peace be upon you. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, so don't forget those dates. That's April 19th, I think, to the 20th, down in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you like additional information, you can call, or you can put the put the wording in the search engine of 219 Black American Muslim Conference, and I guess you can get all of the finer details about this year's conference. Okay, getting back to the resolution, which recognizing American Muslims' history and contributions to our nation. That's the United States of America. Okay, I won't have time to read all of this resolution proposal today, but I will try to get one paragraph in before we get off the ear. Okay, quote, recognizing American Muslims' history and contribution to our nation. Whereas the millions of American Muslims, immigrants, and native born comprise 2% of the local population, of the total population of the United States, and have built a vibrant community of diverse races, ethnicities, viewpoints, and backgrounds. Whereas many African slaves brought to the Americas, including American colonies, later known as the United States of America, were Muslims and made innumerable contributions to the founding of our nation. Okay, we're going to cut it there because of time's not, won't let us, time won't permit us to go any further. So I'm Hassan Rashid. Always leave me with the fact that superior wisdom can never be subjected by inferior wisdom. So until next time, I leave you as I came with the universal cordial of peace in the Arabic language, and that is Assalamu alaikum.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين
25 more days before Ramadan.
إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم